build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die. Hello everybody, welcome to Short Baggers. This is your Tuesday morning episode. I am Matty.
Hello, I'm Colin.
Hi, I'm John.
It's like rainbow or something.
We're going through the square window. Rainbow, that was Playhouse, wasn't it? Or when they changed it to Play Days.
Do you know, so that used to be on in the mornings when I was at nursery, and my dad would watch it, right? So that when he got repeated in the afternoon, he could always guess the window right. I would go, how'd you got right again? Not always, but just obviously when he was off in that.
I was never a huge fan of Rainbow. I used to like it up until the bit where Roger and Freddie came on, and then that used to fucking annoy me. I was like, keep it with the animals and that puppets.
I like Rainbow.
Would you call them animals or puppets?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Would you consider the puppets in Sesame Street to be monsters?
Oh, that's a good question, by the way, because what the fuck are they?
Because I don't know, I can't remember
obvious.
where it was that I saw it recently. I think it was maybe because the wee one watches Elmo from time to time, and I don't know whether I googled it or it was a reference in the program, but they're definitely monsters, and I couldn't believe it because like Oscar the Grouch, for example, you can think of, right, he's a bit of a monster, or the Cookie Monster because he's a monster.
Literally.
But what about Big Bird? Like, you're not telling me Big Bird's a monster. He's a monster of a bird, but is he a monster?
Is it a he?
I always thought Big Bird was female.
So that.
No idea.
Maybe
Never
we're
really
all
considered
we're all
it.
guilty of assuming their gender. Like we'd get slaughtered for
shocking.
that these days. We were
Shocking.
innocent times when we were kids, so we didn't ken.
If anybody's listening to this in 10 years' time, we've got to get crucified. We'll be here apologising for this and everything.
We'll be like, sorry, when we were
apologise now, sorry.
Yeah, sorry for
Whatever,
not knowing when we were kids. To be able to explain it now.
The rules are going to be mad in 10 years' time, though. Like, what is offensive and all that.
Aye.
Do
Do you think it'll get up to a point where nothing is offensive, where they'll just go
it'll just go full circle?
Where everybody will go, listen, we can't keep up. So
free for all.
Back to the 50s or something. Back to the 1950s rules.
Just say whatever the fuck you want. Just assume, right? Go on the assumption that nobody's meaning to be fucking mean about anything, right? And you'll know by the tone of voice or whatever if they're trying to be mean. And then you can be offended. But for everybody else, if they misspeak or say something a bit controversial, just assume it's innocent.
I'll be like, once everybody's been cancelled once on social media, once each, then we'll all go, right, we're up, call it quits. We've all been done once.
We're all back.
Did you see what we want again?
Right. Jake Gapper, first question. 3 in a bed romp is the category. Why do you have to be either a footballer, a disgraced MP, or a crooked copper to be invited to one of these? And are red top newspapers the only ones who use the word romp?
It's funny, I thought when you said that in the last one, I thought it was Gordon Sparks sent us a question in. Because that would be one of his headlines back in the day. But did they still, I don't know, the papers anymore? Like, did they still use that? Does that even make the news anymore? Or is it just like normal? It's just normal now to be doing shit like that, eh? Like in the old days, it was a wee bit like unusual, or the minority were doing it, and now it's a bit of...
It was a news of the world scandal, wasn't it? It was
I didn't think that would make the...
Nah, it's just that's just the Daily Mail sidebar of shame, isn't
it? I'm sure we spoke about it before. It was the Tory boy Mellor that had he had a Chelsea top on. And he resigned over that. That was how little you had to do back in the day to lose your job as an MP. Now it's like fucking... Well, it goes back to what I was just saying about being a free-for-all where folk just go, just bash on. It doesn't matter. He's ever asked this question, ever been in a 3 in a bed romp?
No.
I was going to say sadly no, but I don't know if it's something I aspire to.
It sounds to me like something that's overrated. Like the idea of it sounds better than the practicality of it. I just like it's no... Right, obviously there'll be folk there who've done them probably found it amazing, but I think most of the time you're going to be thinking, oh fucking hell, man, like you're comparing yourself, or
am I doing this right?
like the whole Oh, but where
Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me.
where am I?
There's two women to disappoint here.
When do I get involved? When do I not get involved? Like all that, it just like a fucking. It just sounds like awkward at a level of awkwardness that I would never aspire to. Like,
you can imagine saying something like try to be director, and you're like, do this, do that. And then the two of them look at each other and look at me and going, this guy.
Aye.
They're laughing at you.
So you wait outside. All right. Can I watch? So, aye. But romp, you ever use the word romp in normal day-to-day use?
No.
It's actually, I do occasionally look at the Daily Mail. Like the Daily Mail's been brilliant this week for like the up to the minute updates on that submarine.
Why is that something of interest to them, do you think? What they're hiding? Is there anything else going on in the world that they want to?
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing it's just like people come to their site, it drives advertising revenue, all that sort of stuff. But in that sidebar of shame, they use words like when they refer to a woman's partner, like a woman's male partner, they'll describe him as her beau, B-E-A-U. I'm like, why the fuck do you do that? Like, why do you not just say like partner, boyfriend, whatever? And it's like there's always like someone showing their ample cleavage. And there's a smear of lipstick, and it just fucking does my tits in because it's constant. It's almost like it's a cut and paste of how to describe a boyfriend, how to describe someone's makeup. And I think you should be better than that.
Don't read the Daily Mail, John. That's the lesson there. The Daily Mail's fucking abysmal. Right, Super Wolf asked, whatever happened to white dog shit? I'm sure we've had that before, eh?
I don't know what happened to it though.
People pick it up. I think white dog shit was brown dog shit that changed colour. I think that's my theory on it. And so, because now people pick up the dog shit, it doesn't get the chance to turn white.
I was going to suggest that climate change means that it breaks down quicker. Like you just didn't see it in that white stage anymore. Planet's getting hotter,
and you think that's
just incinerates it.
You think global warming has had a direct impact on the colour of dog shite?
Yes. Prove me wrong.
I don't know. I'm gonna. Who's
false? The planet's warmer now than it was 25 years ago when white dog shit was at its peak.
There was a thing on TikTok. I think it was Australia, where there was a guy like a climate change denier who was quoting all these facts and that. Brian Cox, not the actor, but the scientist, Dean guy. He pretty much just debunked everything the cunt says with like just science and fact. It was fucking brilliant. The guy's like, do you know it's not the trend's downwards. The Earth used to be hotter. And the guy's like, what? Like here's the graphs here. You can see like that. There's the temp. It's like, but it was hotter in the 70s. It wasn't it? It was. He went. Somebody said. He went. Oh, they said, did they? Right, but aye, it wasn't.
As long as they were using stats after the event and know the one the weatherman predicted, because we all know the weatherman is wrong.
Easiest job in the world. There's a guy on Facebook, Wendy Wilson, who's unnervingly accurate with his weather predictions. By the way, even to the point where he will say, they said this on the weather on BBC. They're talking shite. This is what's going to happen, and then he's right. I don't care how he does it. He must use.
That'd be good at his job.
Aye, must use science. Right, Lex Lofer said, "Would any of the bangers wear these monstrosities?" And they are from ASOS.com. Oh yeah, fucker. What should you describe these? Adidas Originals Adi Foam Superstar Trainers. Look at that.
Just black and white.
But look at the size of them. They're like, you see that? It's not like a normal trainer.
I think
it's like no laces on it.
It's fucking no laces on it.
They look like a pair of Adidas clown shoes.
Where did you get them? Who did they tweet that to?
Short bangers.
Have a wee look.
You'll see it. It's in the bookmarks, Colin. They're horrendous. So like,
they are torture.
It's a solid no from me.
They actually look like cartoon shoes in real life.
How the fuck? Right, and I think we've talked about this before, and know that we would ever advocate bullying, right? Because it's obviously shite and fucking folks should do it. if you wore them at school, though, like, folk aren't discouraged for wearing stuff like that anymore.
No.
There used to be like the rules of the playground would be how you would describe it, right? Where it would be frowned upon. Like, if you turned up at school like that, you were in for a hard fucking day, and you probably
aye.
wouldn't wear them the next day.
You
Right.
wouldn't wear them in the first place because you'd know I'm going to get my cunt kicked in.
And I'm not advocating a return to those days, right? But is there an argument to be made that maybe there were some
I genuinely think there's a
indirect
place
benefits?
Aye, they're like maybe a pair of slippers. Maybe you couldn't wear them outside.
Like novelty slippers, like the Adidas style novelty slippers.
I mean, you've got a back on them. I thought
you can how there's some folk in the house that'll like make an effort to dress up when the rest of the family have gone away to hide their shame. That's what you would do with those shoes. You would wear them when everyone else was out.
70 quid.
70
mental. Mental.
For a bit of leftover sponge. Fuck's sake.
Foam.
Aye. Right, Tom Wallace, next question, topic is duck, and the question is, does 150k on Hamlin Hill have a swimming pool in their back garden? And that's because he said he really wants a duck now, and there's you'll see this on our Twitter as well, a video I watched this earlier, a guy basically throwing a duck into a swimming pool, and the duck would have a wee swim, jump out the pool, run back over to the boy for him to chuck it back in the pool again. And they just went on. Kind of like a duck when you're playing fetch, and they get the ball and they bring it back to you. This duck was just absolutely fucking loving getting launched into the pool. So
I see it coming back.
Do you think 150k on Hamlin Hill has a pool in the back garden?
No, I think he just likes the things you get out of the Chinese, kind the crispy, aromatic, and the pancakes and
that. Right, next one, Lex Loafer, definitely had this one before. Sight or lack of, do blind people dream? I can't remember if we got a definitive answer on this. In fact,
it's an interesting one, isn't it? I suppose I think where I went with it is like somebody that's been blind from birth would just be, I think they would find it harder than somebody that lost their sight.
Because there's no reference
point. Because they have memories, so they could still do that. Whereas I think, now, if you're blind for birth, how would you imagine, like, so if you've lost your sight, right, and then they meet you, they would go, well, his voice is like that, he's probably fucking 6 foot tall, 16 stone, and fucking grey hair and glasses, right?
Yep.
If you've never seen anybody before, wonder how you visualise somebody.
I saw something. This is going to sound like a really weird tangent, but hopefully I can bring it back. I saw this thought experiment recently, and it was around the idea of people who were blind from birth. If you were to give them a cube, and if you were to give them a sphere, and you let them hold them, and then they could regain their sight later in life, would they be able to identify which is which? One of them's got points, one of them's perfectly round. So if you apply that to the same scenario for what you're describing, like say someone who was blind from birth, and they were to think like someone's like go up and touch them, they're 6'5", say they're me, then there's some like yourself, Colin, it's maybe a little bit shorter. Our dimensions are noticeably different.
Average height, yeah.
Do you think the person that regained their sight, if they were to dream about us, like would they be able to identify us looking at us in the room if they were to regain their sight? And how would their dreams change from before they regained their sight and after they regained their sight? That's something I'd really be interested to find out.
You want to know what Fake John said when I asked him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you know Fake John? John, you've not been listening, so do you know what we do when we have a question that we would have asked you? Guess who we talked to?
Fake John.
Fake John, Chat GPT is like the unofficial third member or fourth member Short Bangers. So when you're not available, if we need another perspective or an answer, then we'll fire the question into Chat GPT and get an answer. So anyway, Fake John says, yes, blind people do dream. Dreams are a natural part of human sleep cycles and experienced by people regardless of their visual abilities. However, the content and nature of dreams for blind individuals may differ from those who are sighted. Should have asked if blind people have wet dreams. That would have been a mere, like, how would that work? Anyway, right, for individuals who were
How would they know?
well, they would. For individuals who were born blind, their dreams typically involve other senses such as touch, sound, taste, and smell. These sensory experiences can be more vivid and prominent in their dreams. And the dreams of blind people may also incorporate memories, emotions, and thoughts, just like in the dreams of sighted people.
Are blind people then? Are blind people more turned on by like auditory stimulus and like physical stimulus rather than visual?
Husky voice in that.
Well, there was the experience, I don't know the name of him, but Mind the Hips fan calling for Hipsnet, the blind guy that was on the Slipper forum for getting spanked. So that might give you some clue as to what at least one of them was into. Obviously,
was it the feel of the slipper in his hand, or was it like the sound of the slap that it made?
The contact on his bottom, I think, was the thrill. But that's just one, and obviously one's not representative of everybody, and everybody's different. So each to their own.
I'm apologising again.
Each to their own, right?
I think we should try and challenge to get Matty cancelled. That would be pretty good because he's always quick with the apologies and the disclaimer straight away.
Got to be you got to be clear when you're just kidding on, Like I think that's the difference. Like if you can kid on about stuff, right? And obviously, like we, despite the best efforts to prove otherwise, aren't really idiots. Well,
not so an act, isn't it? Like,
not all an act.
I know Japan's not just over the water to Australia,
correct,
like, for example.
But it's sometimes funny just to sort of say the daft thing, isn't it? It's fucking funny to say it. Right. Tom Wallace, deemed is the topic, and the question is: can anything else but something unsafe be deemed? I would say at a pitch, the experience of Tuesday night, that was deemed playable.
Is it deemed possible? Is it as well?
Yeah. All right, so we've got to answer that one.
Yeah, loads of things. Like, come on, think about it before you send stuff in. Think before you type, for fuck's sake.
Right, we've only got a couple of minutes. We've got a couple of good questions, right? So let's try and get them in. Lex Lofa, how many swans would it take to kill a grizzly bear?
You know what? Oh, I'll tell you after, actually. I'll tell you after. I can't say on here. How many swans to kill a grizzly bear? Did you hear that story on that Reset podcast about the boy that got attacked by the grizzly bear?
No, I've not listened to that one yet.
Fucking scary, man.
Is that the one that I read one recently? I don't know if it's the same. Sorry, watched one recently. I don't know if it's the same one. The one where the bear like sort of fucked him up a bit, but I think did he manage to get back to his tent and the bear had stalked him for a wee bit afterwards as well?
No, it wasn't that, but it was similar to that, to the stalking bit. It was, he just knocked him out in the end, and then he must have thought he'd killed him, and he walked away, and the boy woke up and thought, I'll fucking play dead until he walks away, and then fucking ran, but he was fucked. Anyway, I don't think there's a number of swans that could. I think the bear.
About a trillion. There's probably, to be fair, there's probably not a trillion swans in existence. My gut reaction was 9, and I don't know why.
9's not enough. 9 trillion.
Could a swan break a bear's arm? Because that's what the thing about swans is.
I think it'd be fast enough. I think it'd be quick enough.
How could it do to a human? Quick. Nah, bears aren't quick. They're strong. Well, they're quick as well. Right?
Bears are quick,
but their main strength is their strength. The speed's the secondary one. But swans are quicker than you give them credit for as well. Otherwise, how do they attack humans? Because you'd think humans are faster than swans, but people apparently get their arms broken by swans.
Nah, I'm not. No. Okay, let's say a trillion then to go with John. What about a billion? Is a billion enough then? Do you think a trillion's the number? It's definitely up the levels.
Nah, I don't think it would take. 9's probably.
Nine's not enough.
You just need one swan, I reckon. One clever swan to take the bear's eyes, and that's it. It's fucked.
Aye.
Wouldn't they get to it? It's too quick for it.
No, but it can't. If they all go at the same time, the bear can't go like fucking.
You just said one.
Aye, but then the other 8 can then just set about it.
Oh, so we're back to 9, right?
Aye.
And I think as well, like, you forget that swans.
But if
like,
you're thinking, you'd have to send 9 of your game of swans as well, like, eh?
Yeah.
Like you'd have the boy that the one that we say, I'll hold the coats and all that, and came. I mean,
Aye.
you've got to all be game, eh?
I think we also need to factor in that birds can also take down airplanes. So if they were all to fly it, this fucking
Aye, but is that not
This
by getting
bear.
stuck in the engine and basically sacrificing herself? Like get stuck in the fucking.
we never said they were going to come out alive. We just said how
Right.
many would it take to take down the bear. Just fucking dive bomb the cunt.
Well, I've heard that story about the grizzly bear and how quick it is and all that, and how fast and powerful it is. I'm thinking we're talking fucking millions, billions.
Aye, but that's only because the bear
zillions.
left a survivor. How many swans leave? Like maybe the swans just kill everyone. Nobody left to tell the tale.
Aye, only needs one to walk away, doesn't it? And it's,
So I think the conclusion of this story is that no one has ever survived a swan attack.
yeah.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Right, Tyler, last question, right? And it's just because I saw it on 8 out of 10 Catsters counting and I thought it was funny. Like Joe Wilkinson, he just sort of randomly asked, do you reckon you'd recognise your own balls in a lineup?
No, well, possibly. I think I would for one distinctive reason. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can you share what that is?
It's just like a wee mole, man.
Just a wee mole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not convinced I would because, well, apart from moles aside, I would imagine most look quite similar, especially if they were detached from the rest of it.
Are we say? Is it just kind of like, how do I put this? So if you, I'm imagining a lineup. So like, let's say there's 5 boys in the lineup. Like if you imagine the usual suspects. So in order for your like boys to be in a lineup, I'm assuming that you're going to be standing there naked.
You have to take ledge.
Aye, like do you take like the legs and everything away? Can I put them in silhouette just so it's the boys on display?
Aye, that would be. I don't think I would recognise my knackers. Like no front on anyway.
I think this is something.
Well, that's the thing. But if they were in the lineup the way we've just described, that's how you'd be looking at them then. So
that's true.
This is absolutely something that we could investigate further and do. Like we maybe need a few more to create a bigger sample size.
So I'm not asking folk to send them and pictures of sister balls, nothing else. We only want the balls bit, and then nah.
Anonymous email addresses, pictures of balls. Send them to longbangers@gmail.com.
Oh, don't.
It's good name for it.
Right. That's us out of time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink what I know.